Ladies and gentlemen, uh, my name is Jiro Maura, and I want to talk of a very emotive topic today, a subject whereby we can be able to talk a lot about. Today, I want to talk about job search in Kenya and Africa at large, and also I also want to talk about how we can how people who do not have job or people who want to transit from one job to the other one. Yeah, in Kenya, mostly we we call that time, that phase, when somebody is looking for a job, tarmacking. Yeah, you have finished college, you don't have a job, you need to meet different people. That one is what we call tarmacking. So, my discussion today is about how, what are the methods which can first of all class saying that in Africa, the state of joblessness is very high, uh, simply because of the governance and some of the issues which are arising in our society, including issues like nepotism and favorism, which are very high, and things which people call connection. You need to be connected. Although connection applies in almost all societies, but some places in our societies we have overemphasized the connection. Like you need to know people, whereby even if people are not very much qualified, at times they are able to get some of the jobs. So everybody needs a job, maybe either after training or whether you have a degree or not. People need jobs because the job is the only thing which can be able to grow you, and the job you have will even dictate the life which you lead, including even the quality of life which you lead. Some researchers have actually shown that the type of job which you do will even dictate the life expectancy. Like there is a relationship of life expectancy. Life expectancy is the number of years a human being spends on this life. So, and life expectancy is controlled. Jobs have an influence to life expectancy of human beings. With a good job, you can be able to access good food, you can access good health care. So there are so many things uh, which actually job comes with, and that is why this topic is very emotive. And I want to start training some of our people how we can be able to position ourselves competitively in a way and look for the methods of how we can be able to easily get jobs. What do we need to do? Because at times our societies do not seem to be very keen on the people who are graduating from high school or from universities or from colleges. So our society is not keen to try and show our people how they can be able to bridge into that time and be able to become productive into the society. All the things which I always hear since I was born is that you need to you need to employ yourself. Just employ yourself. That is all what people say. Create your own job. Create your own job. Yeah, they are good terms. But how do you transition from school to just creating your own job directly? You don't have capital, you don't have anything. So those are some of the things which our society has to awaken, and we start teaching our people how to handle those things. So there is a curve I want to share here, or some details I want to share them. Uh, this is the concept of looking for a job, and this subject is very serious. We have three cycles of how you can look for a job. Uh, for those people who have gone to high school, uh, your chances of getting a job at that level is around 10%. Uh, and if you have good people you are talking to, you can be able actually to use that chance of 10% to get a job. While you're in college, when I talk of college here, it can be tertiary or university. Uh, Majority of people who are able actually to get jobs and connections, they happen at this time. So, and this is one of the things which people have not been able to understand that if you can be able to understand this phase, you can actually do a lot of work in the job search. When you're in college, you have 80% chance of securing a job there. You can connect with employers, you can connect with so many people, and you have time. And maybe you have some few resources which you could be securing from your parents. After college, this is one of the dearest time when you can go and look for a job. At this time, you don't have money. At this time, there are so many things which are coming on your neck. Maybe the school fees which your parents were paying, they no longer have that money which they want to spend on you. They have even shifted their attention to the other kids who are within the family system. And actually, after college, you have like a 10% chance of getting a job. So we need to utilize this chances probability, and we realize what we need to do at every phase. So naturally, this is what happens. Before you join college, you are very energetic, you are very ambitious, you are thinking of so many things. What you need to do at this time is start thinking of what you can do with your life. Start thinking of the jobs which you feel your mind feels comfortable with. And now start investigating or looking for mentors who can actually help you to understand how you can be able to achieve that job goal. So that is why it is very important, especially for those people who have young kids, people graduating from high school. You need to start connecting them with mentors. These mentors will actually be able to expose them to ideas which can make them become relevant to the society. That one is very important. And actually, before you join college, if you are mentored correctly, there is a chance whereby you can actually be able to visit industries which actually need people with your ambition, and then from there you can be able to build that willpower. Either after you go to the college or you already start building a network at that time, even before joining college. This is what I advise people, especially for high school people. Before you join college, make sure at least you have visited one or two industries of your choice and interact with those people. Start creating that connection as high as that time. Very important. During college, when we're in college, we get exposed to knowledge, we get exposed to many concepts and the courses and the subjects of our area of specialization. At this time, you get to understand what you will need to do with your life moving forward. And when you're in the college, your idea becomes a little bit clear compared to like what happened like 3 or 2 years ago when you used to visit industries without having a methodological concept. And when you're in the college, at this time, you start interacting with the people. You have your lecturers, your professors, who some of them have connection there outside. And also, you are also starting to build a network. You are now mature enough, and you can now be able to, you are now able to understand what is happening in the class, and you can also be able to connect that with what is happening in the industry. And this is what I advise to people. While you're in the college, you have an 80% chance of securing a job, such that immediately when you are graduating, you have actually started doing interviews. People have started, and job market has started understanding who you are. Uh, like in the Western countries, well, people in the universities, they have things which they call career fair. In Africa, maybe we could not be exposed into such ideas whereby employers are coming to the college and they start identifying people who they need for the job market simply because of competition or maybe opportunities are not there. But remember, depending on how strategic you are, you can actually position yourself in a way that you can even make opportunities which are not there to open up because of your ambition and your intellectual capacity to interact with the people who actually give opportunities. So we need to be very clear about that. So while in college, make sure that you have visited 5 to 10 industries or employers. Interact with them, create connection with them, collect numbers with them, talk with them, explain to them who you are. I always advise people. before you start writing application letters, or make sure that you have specific people in the industry of your specialization who have started to know you. For example, you are a graduate, or you are doing industrial chemistry, or you are doing electrical engineering while you're in college. You need to be knowing like two consulting electrical firms where you can go and work. Know two or three people in that firm. You don't need at this time to even ask them for job. Create that awareness that you are an electrical engineer, you are studying electrical engineer, and this is what you are tending to learn. Nag them, be calling them, ask them what they are doing. And as you are creating that relationship with them, when a job will open up, you could actually be the person who they could consider when an opportunity come up, including saying, oh, there was a student from Moi University or from University of Nairobi who has been studying electrical engineering, and I think we need a starter, and they could consider you because you have made yourself available to them. So it is very important. Make yourself available to them, not at the time when you need the job, but even during your training. So, during your training in the college, this is the time when you are supposed to be creating connections and networks. So, I advise all students who are in college, make sure that you understand your area of specialization. You understand the players in that field. Once you understand it, visit them, talk with them, create for that interaction time. I know sometimes people are blocked by secretary, or it is not easy to meet these people. But with the correct attitude and mentality, it is possible to get to these people. So let's utilize that opportunity while we're in the college, while we still have some a little bit of resources. I understand there are those people who would say that when we are in college, sometimes hata pesa ni ya kuombaomba. No, let's utilize this time also because we have time. Instead of saying that you want to go for rave or you want to go to the bar and do other things, although sometimes people do those things, but also create an extra time for personal opportunities. Create extra time while you're in college. And while you're in college, actually, you actually understand through those connections which you are making, you can actually bridge yourself to an opportunity of internship or even attachment just through building of this network. So it is very important. Always understand your field and do your studies and also make yourself available to those people for dialogue and conversation and helping them to understand the concept and the things which start understanding the gaps which are happening in the field. See what you can do at personal level, what is happening in the industry. These are the things you can be able to learn and understand. Uh, and this one is very key. You have 80% chance of getting a job while you're in college if you understand to use this method properly. The next thing which we need to understand is that after college is the worst time. This is a time of panic. This is a time when you have a lot of pressure. Your parents, your relatives, they are so much expectant of you. And this is the time when now even people who know you now, they think that now you need to have a job by now. And if within 1 or 3 months you have not secured a job, your mental thinking also starts to wane. You now start feeling as if your job or your field is not or having opportunities enough. So after college is the time when now you are now supposed to now be going to the people who you have already established a relationship with. After college, this is the time now where now you can drop 1 or 2 applications. Although I do not encourage people to concentrate on application. I encourage people to establish direct contact with the potential employers. Even by the time when you are trying to write an application letter, your application letter is being received not as a stranger, but as a person they know. I have ever visited an office whereby I met over 10,000 application letters dumped in the dustbin. It's so frustrating. So we have now to start discovering methods of getting away of frustration of just writing application letters, which which are not yielding anything. And how do we do that? Create connections, have phone contacts, have emails, start understanding players in your field, start looking for those. Sometimes you might not be able to get them in their spaces where they work. Look even for where they recreate. Look for where they recreate. Try to see if you can be able to access those places. Some of these players, they could even be spending their time in high-end clubs or in places whereby people don't attend, weddings, in churches. So your social places are very important. So, and you have to make sure that you are connecting with these people in places whereby they are available. And after graduation, stop going and living in places whereby you you cannot even relate with any person of your profession. That is the trend where tarmacking starts, and it doesn't end. Always make sure you have positioned yourself in places where the actors of your field are. At times, people say that ile kazi yote itakuja, take it. To some extent, I may agree with it, although also to some extent, I may not agree with it. Why? Because what happens is, if you are able to position yourself well, there is job market for almost all courses in this world. Even some of the courses which people used to neglect the other day or the other time, MBO, there is a the B. As long as you are able to understand your field, there is a job there. Understand your field, position yourself, stay in places where you can be able to interact with those actors. Uh, Go to churches where you can be able to interact with the potential employers. I'm not saying that kuenda kwa hizi makanisa ndogo ni mbaya, but start interacting, start spending your social time in environments where you can be able to secure an employer. You will even hear a certain employer has gone in a certain church, or even in a certain event, and they are advertising some specific position. And those are the things which we need to do. So once you have gotten your job, it will not be, you will now be able to do your 5 or 10 years before you now start thinking of how you either want to advance your education, either to MBA, to MSc, or even to PhD level if you want to do that. And you'll be able to even to, or you can even be able to transition to a point whereby you can even be able to have your own job, your own industry. You can register your company. But this is a process. Once you have been employed, once you have been able to secure some few coins, you have been able to understand how the job plays, job discipline. Now you'll now be able to transition to now the level whereby you can even be able to have your company. That is how it plays. And this concept works for all the professions. It doesn't matter whether it is medicine, engineers, teachers, they work. And they work like magic. And then pray and talk with many people. Don't become naive. The concept is talk with many people. I think this is a subject we can actually talk a lot. For now, let me stop at there. I will continue with part B in the next video of how I will be able to discuss what you're supposed to do to talk. What are the things you need to talk with a potential employer? Thank you, and I appreciate. Let's meet next in the next video. Once again, if you want to talk to me, you can contact me through that email. And again, I encourage people to subscribe to my channel Real Talks, and we will be discussing great things here. Again, thank you and shalom. Bye bye.